Okay, you know what? Resizing the screen really didn't do anything for me, so I just changed it back to the original. Welcome back to Psychonauts 2. We had a cookout with Compton in the summertime. And it was wackier than I imagined it would be, and also very messy. I think it was Rod Al said, it's a good thing that I was watching this after I was done eating and not during. And that is a good, that's a good mentality to have. Let's go someplace less messy. Like Otto's lab.
Agent Mentalis?
Yes, Rasputin?
You had no idea what I just saw in Compton Bull's head.
So is Maligula as bad as people say?
Oh, I don't like to think about that name. If my device had just worked better that day, so many things would be different now.
Is it the animal summoning thing?
What device did you build to fight Maligula?
The hyperhyglaciator. It amplified our hydrokinetic powers and allowed us to freeze water semi-permanently. But Maligula threw our friend Helmet in the water just before the device went off. He was frozen so deeply in my hyper-ice, we were never able to recover his body. Only Ford saw it happen, and he's unable to tell us where to look for it.
Well, I ought to let you get back to work.
Very, very
yes,
humorous.
Nice to make a joke after all that, Raz. Very nice. Also, Otto's mouth is very weird, but I think it's supposed to be because he's not wearing dentures. And he's old. So that's probably what that has to do with anything. I have so many cards, I should change them in. Good thing I bought those cores. I could get some rank ups. Rank up 2? I better be higher ranked. Oh, I ranked up twice. Okay.
Thanks for visiting the auto
I better be
attic.
higher level than that. It's time to get more fire. Now it does more damage over time, and Trebon Fire is even better. I don't have the stars for anything else, but I'm close to... I should max out Pyrokinesis before I move on to here. And Melee isn't really all that great, because you usually don't have time to get that last combo in. And Shockwave is also kind of weird and iffy.
Some brand new items here.
Got any new pins? Oh, you got auto shot filters now. You know, if you want filters on your camera. I need 750 to get that. I could use some Psypops. I've been running this entire time with no Psypops in my inventory.
And good for your mental energy.
Thanks. Let's see what I could get here. I can anchor people in place. Or heal. That's not power, that's power. If you want to do a melee build, that is. Don't do the glass cannon, though, unless you're really good at this game. Still not my chain brain upgrades. I need more Titanium, and I could get this one. That'll be useful for me. And I need to be level 36 for this, but this is also very useful.
Come back anytime.
So we're about to get some good stuff, and we're going to be heading into what I consider my most favorite level in the game. Look at all these brains! Yes, those are brains in there! We need a spare one. I wonder if we could borrow one of these.
So many brains.
All voluntarily donated upon death. I have all the paperwork. Somewhere.
These people are all dead?
Their bodies are, and their brains are no longer capable of thought. But I've preserved them here, in the brain frame.
What for?
Experiments.
Ew. Really?
No room for the squeamish in psychic science, Sonny. The mind is the final frontier of humanity. We've only begun to explore its mysteries. That is, after all, the true mission of the Psychonauts. Someday, my brain will live here, and yours too.
What?
Should have read that NDA more carefully.
So he's basically Frankenstein. Hey, let's take a look at this thing. Surely we can't break it. Also, by the way, if you're wondering where all the Kickstarters went, this is where they went. These are all the Kickstarters that kickstarted Psychonauts 2. Thanks, everybody. You could go through them. They all have
looks like mine.
a cause of death, their name, some kind of code name, and their psychic specialty. Like, that one is, I'm not too sure what that one is.
This one's my favorite.
Ah, you liked Psyblast. I like Psyblast too. Cause of death. Oh, gaming. Gaming is the #1 leading cause of death in everyone at games. 100% of people died if they played video games. Eventually.
Ouch. No thank you.
Low brash. This is a damaged brain. We can't use this.
Too small for Nick.
Also, it looks like he took a headshot from one of the mice. You see this? It needs cleaning, though. No, don't want that one.
That one looks a little soggy.
What did I say about Frankenstein? No.
No.
Brain tumbler malfunction. That sounds lovely. Let's not use the brain tumbler anymore.
Doesn't have the oblongata I'm looking for.
Of course. Of course they would have to have this reference. It's Young Frankenstein. It's Abby Normal. Cause of death. Movie references. Do not reimplant.
Hey, this one looks not bad. Not bad at all.
Heptadome Harry, huh? Died from abandonment. Well, it's authorized to be released. They found it in the Heptadome, wherever that is. You can take this one. What's the worst that could happen? Imagine having your brain stored like this.
Probably been a long time since you've had a visitor. I hope you don't mind pop-ins.
So they said they were incapable of thought, but apparently Brass can still do this.
Maybe I'm too late. Doesn't seem to be any life left here. Oh, hello. Can you hear me? My name is Raz. Who are you? How long have you been in here? What's your name?
Sorry. Oh, you. Sorry, I just haven't talked in such a long time. Oh my gosh, is that my voice? Is that what I sound like? What do you sound like? Oh my gosh, who are you? Are you not me?
My name is Raz.
Words. Words? You're saying words to me? What was that non-word sound I just made? Am I dying? No, not dying. I feel alive. Very alive. Who are you? Who am I? Am I anything? Am I everything? Am I God? Oh, I'm not sure, but I feel like I might be God, or the universe, or the ultimate cosmic oneness, or something in that jam. Am I right?
Well, basically right now, you're kind of a brain in a jar.
Huh?
But if you can remember your name, we might be able to find out what happened to your body.
I can't remember much of anything.
I believe you are suffering from extreme sensory deprivation. Years with no physical input has caused your memory and identity complexes to atrophy.
Oh, I am not ready for words that big yet.
I happen to know of a body that needs a brain right now to keep it out of trouble. If I were to place you in that body, you would start to receive fresh sensory input, which could trigger some of your lost memories.
Let's do it! Wait, what's a body? Aren't we all one?
I'll be right back.
What? Where can you go? This is everything.
I promise to be quick. While I'm gone, you try to remember stuff.
Okay, but please hurry. I'll try to remember when I created the universe. Or when I destroyed it.
They probably deserved it anyway. I wonder if that voice sounds familiar to some people. I won't reveal it just yet, though.
If I put this brain into Nick's body, I think I'd be helping them both out. As well as helping me to get into the mail clerk's private office. Come with me, handsome.
You and your kissing brains. You're weird,
That
Raz.
brain will travel back to the mailroom to put it in Nick's head.
Yeah, at least we have a fast travel point right here for that. He's gonna have the ride of his life. Whatever that life was. Still don't know. He's just a mode of light after all. All I know is I think we're going to be going on a quite spiritual journey from the way he's
I'm
talking.
sensing some stray thoughts nearby.
Oh, hey, stray thoughts. Hold on, brain. I'll get back to you in a second.
Okay.
I want to
but
find...
some thoughts.
Oh,
Thanks,
never...
thoughts.
Okay, never mind. Found them. They were right there. That was easy. Oh, hey, isn't there some stray thoughts in the nerve center as well? I'm pretty sure there are.
Scanning. Access. Granted.
Yep, I have access granted. Stray thoughts?
Sensing some stray thoughts around. People might think this
You
thought
bet.
tuner looks dorky, but I just a little farther. Aha! There are some stray thoughts.
That seems to lead to a supply chest, though. Not the thing I was thinking of. Yeah, that's just a supply chest. Unless there's a scavenger hunt item in it. No, it's just titanium. Though I can get that sensor upgrade now. Yay, I could do things with my Psy Blasts. They're gonna have so much more power now, and they bounce around like crazy. Which is gonna be so good.
Stray thoughts I'm picking up.
More of them.
Hot.
Is the brain spawning them?
This is promising.
I like using the camera, it seems a little bit better.
Thanks, thought tuner.
Is there a point? Because I leaped up there.
Running.
Yeah, I just cheated my way up there, but this is how you're supposed to get to it, apparently.
Hello.
Give me that.
Hey, Sonny.
Welcome
I need it
back.
for a pin.
Glad to see you again.
The Psyblast Power Pin. Let's see, which one should we cover? Oh, we're gonna lose Green Ball, but... Yeah, I'd rather pet animals. I'd rather pet the goat.
Ta-ta.
And loses a whole point in its grade if I can't pet the goat, you know.
Scanning. Access.
So now I got powerful Psyblast in case this guy's got sensors in his brain. Probably not, though. They're probably long dead. I mean, why would he be worried about anything invading?
Nick.
TV?
Not again.
Nick, how would you feel about an upgrade to your sense of self-protection?
Ooh.
Can you hear me? Ball of light. Are you in there?
Light, dark, and every flavor in between. But all these colors are just one band in this sensual rainbow of rainbows. What is this room, and how can I taste it all at once? And who composed this symphony?
Nick?
One symphony is beautiful, but 100 all at once? Oh God, I can smell the Big Bang. There's an ant in the wall that's grinding its teeth.
Oh, that's good.
Everythingness, oneness, nothingness, nothingness, nothingness. Is this cashmere? It's too delicious.
Okay.
I should really go back in there, but I'm just a little scared.
Wow, that's something... That's something if Raz gets scared of somebody. Are you okay? I don't think you're okay. This person is not
Everybody's
okay.
song, sung in a different key, but it's out of sync, man.
I think we used the Abby normal brain. I think somebody switched them.
Hey, Nick, I've got something here that will help.
Is it a blindfold? Earplugs?
He's got a butt for a head.
Better.
I just noticed. He's got a butt for a head.
Oh, I don't know if you want to come in.
I don't like that. I don't like that. That's creepy. What are we expecting to find?
Whoa, 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 what the? Ball of light? Are you in here?
I'm here. Everything's here. Too many things are here.
You're experiencing a sensory overload. Try to stay calm. Whatever you do, don't have a...
Panic attack? These are the worst enemies in the game. They are so quick! And they're not sensors, so they're not weak against my Psy Blasts. They like to teleport around and teleport away from you. But I think pyrokinesis can work on him a little bit. Maybe stop him in his tracks a little bit. When somebody's having a panic attack, just set them on fire.
Oh no. I can't breathe.
Can you feel burning?
I don't want to beat it. It's just too fast.
Dear universe, please shut up!
Cool power.
There we are. This is good. Let's stay here.
Where is here? Are we on the astral plane?
I don't like the looks of these, but I guess they're a sign that he's remembering something.
What did you experience, Mode of Light?
Hope this is a good memory.
I can't tell. Maybe it's a beholder. I don't know. Looks like a head.
Hope this is a good memory.
Probably not. That looks like Maligula.
I don't like the looks of these, but I guess they're a sign that he's remembering something.
What have we seen of her anyway?
Where are we?
Shh. It's a quiet place.
Are you sure?
I think I hear someone knocking.
I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything.
Now you're just lying to yourself, buddy.
Can we get out of here?
It's not safe out there.
Are you going to stay in here forever?
I've already been in here one forever. Another forever won't kill me.
Look,
No more looking. No more hearing. No more tasting, smelling, feeling.
look.
No more looking. No more hearing. No more tasting, smelling, feeling.
How about no dialogue looping?
Come in?
Hey, I know you. You're Vision.
Yeah, and you're needed on stage. Come on, Psy King.
My dark place.
Psy King?
Never heard of a king. Did we end up in the Yellow Submarine? That sure is a lot of people out there. I think I even see Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Just imagine yourself on a boat, on a river. Where rocking horse people eat marshmallow pies.
Save it for the stage show, man.
I could lift things.
Wow.
I could do it. I'll warm the people up for you.
How's everybody doing tonight? Yikes.
Okay, that could have gone better than expected.
Okay, here's the situation. Nick's body is sending you all sorts of sensory input. Smells, tastes, visuals, sounds, tactile feedback. You've just got to deal with it.
We know how to deal with a crowd, man.
Speak for yourself. I don't remember a thing.
You got any ideas?
You know what this crowd wants?
Yeah, they came for a feast of the senses.
So give it to them.
Oh, wow, man, it's been so long, I don't even know where my violin is.
A violin? Well, it was the 70s.
What is a feast of the senses? Is it a band?
Well, it's more than a band, man. It's a non-stop festival of sights, sounds, smells, feelings, and flavors. And yes, it was our old band. Our old friends.
Who was in the band?
Besides me, there was Tasty, Dr. Touch, Audio, Sniffles, and of course on the mic we had the Psy King.
I just noticed that Raz is actually colored like the level. It's only a few times that actually happens in the entire series.
What happened to the feast?
Well, the audience just disappeared one day, and the band drifted apart. I'd do anything to get the band back together again.
It's that old chestnut. We'll help you find it.
I'll find your violin. Just tell me where you last used it.
Can I even remember what it looked like? If only you could see the world the way I see it.
And this is how your eyes see.
I thought the inside of an eyeball would be goopier.
It is, but it's a video game.
Kinda reminds me of our old stage setup. Coincidence?
Ah, you're remembering things.
Check, check, check one, check, check. Sibilance, sibilance. Check one, check one.
En route.
You always gotta smash the mics.
Check 1, 2, check 1, 2, 3.
That one works. So yeah, we are on a vision quest, aren't we? Literally. His name is Vision, and we're on a quest.
Friend?
No, he's not a friend.
Then? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, that's right.
The best
it's that
way to
kind
test
of
a mic.
world.
Ah, I kinda messed up the dialogue. Did you hear that? He said, ah, that's right. It's that kind of world. Man, Psyking's deep. Even without his brain working. You know, not full capacity. Whoa. I didn't see you there. Drive me to violence, man. Inner peace, outer violence. Why you gotta do it? I just want to vibe. I just want to break some hearts and get some titanium. Break hearts, get paid. I thought there would be something down here. This level can be a little difficult to find all the things in it, because there's just so many things. It's like sensory overload for the players, too.
Ooh,
Oh, hey.
pretty.
I heard of a band like this once. Something about the Wizard of Oz.
Color is the bridge.
Can we get a little more volume in this mic? Testing, testing. Check 1. Or is this 2?
Alright, I don't have the shockwave thing yet.
First take the stage. Walk up to the biggest mic you see. Punch it in the face. That's how you survive in a joint like this.
Or prison. He learned some things off Sam. Hey, we can't get past that fan. Hey, it's just going way too fast, man.
Man, those things are too fast.
Check this out.
Whoa!
When you're alone as long as I was, time loses some of its meaning, and your perception of it becomes your reality. Want to give it a try?
The power of perception. A new psychic power. Even in somebody's brain, we get a merit badge. But that's the time slow power. The time bubble. Use it to chill things out when they're getting a little too hectic. I kind of like this power. I wonder if I could upgrade it a little bit. I can make it quick time to reduce the cooldown. Make it larger. And even more duration. Right now, this is all we need. There's words on the side of that fan. Can you read them? Well, not now, but we'll see that fan again.
There are. I'm starting to remember that there might be more.
Oh, there's lots more. Have you heard of ultraviolet? Only birds can see it. So many colors in there, man. Maybe if you were under the influence of something, you'd be able to see them.
The tip of the tongue, the lips and the teeth. Testing. Is this mic on?
Just hoping that one was an electrocution risk.
I saw the frayed wires. It deserved it.
I think it's a fish. Or a bus. I forget which is which.
Yeah, good guess. Good guess.
Well, you rode on it, so I guess it's a bus.
You're correct, yes.
Are you copper bottoming them, my man? No, I'm aluminium them, my man.
I heard that somewhere before. I don't know where.
Check one. Check. Can we get a little more volume in this mic? Testing. Is this mic on?
Yep.
Can't even test the big ones.
Ooh,
Break them.
a guy named Mike took my lunch money once. That's why I did that.
Take that, Mike.
Yeah, you couldn't hear it, but that one said something super rude.
I'm just gonna push that one over.
Oops. I was just trying to
Think
adjust
about
the
what
height
you've
of
done,
that.
Mike. I think this is gonna have to be a two-parter. This is a pretty big level.
I've got eyes on the target. And I've got eyes on me. Hi!
That's a Final Fantasy VIII song, you know. I want you to enjoy the music of this level, because I enjoy the music of this level.
Did you see it? Sorry if you already saw it. I just think we should be checking in with each other. You know?
No, I see it. Hey, is that, it looks like one of the Psychic Six. That's a figment. Let's shine some light on the situation. Literally. The Beatles called It's Once This Trippy Look spec. You know what? It's more than just the Beatles, really. I'm not too up on the 70s music, but I've seen a lot of Yellow Submarine.
Yes, very bright. Unlike you.
Is this bothering you? Is this bothering you? You got a cataract, like, right here. I want to shine him a few more.
Quit messing around, will you? The crowd's only getting rowdy.
Ah, they could wait. They ain't gonna go anywhere. They paid too much to see this show. They're just gonna camp out back. Take that, eyes.
If that doesn't help, I'm a little annoyed that you tried.
Alright, then I'll solve a puzzle then. It just happens to be next door.
There we
By the power of Regibiv, I make a bridge.
Light and time band together to fill the universe.
But I feel punching sensors in the face.
That certainly took a long time. Come on, our fans are waiting.
Are you sure they're your fans? You seem to have bought into the side thing a little quickly. There we go. Now you can take a good look at it. Oh, kinda. Serve time serves
Try to
you?
time level on those platforms.
I know how to do this. I'm just reading the fan. that say? I don't know what the last one says. Slow never stops fast.
Why'd he put his violin in here anyway? To protect the sound? Is it climate controlled?
By the way, you can't do this until you get a psi power much later in the game. I've tried everything. You need that psi power. That's right, there's more. You saw another empty spot on there.
I don't like that brand of mic.
Check one. Or is this two?
You're testing a mic that didn't exist, Raz.
Take that, Mike.
You broke it. Ah, Dreamcatcher. I have one of them. Where the heck did I put it? I think it's on my door. Like on the outside of my door.
Oh, what's this? Do you eat it?
Only if you're not careful.
Hey! He's got a nugget of wisdom over there.
Ooh, those look dangerous. Let's go somewhere else.
Nope, I want the wisdom, man.
Yep. You're my nugget now, okay? Oh,
Especially since I'm level 35, I could get that new pin. But anything I could do in the time bubble? Yeah.
I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I think I'm basically the lord of all time, space, and dimension now.
Oh, a Time Lord? What should we call you? The Spaz? Thinks he's Doctor Who. Where's his TARDIS, huh? I mean, this mind it looks like it's bigger on the outside, or on the inside than the outside. You know what? You know what? It looks bigger on the outside. He has a different TARDIS. I'm just checking around for hidden things. I see something down there. That's a half a mind down there. How do I get to that?
Man, this is a lot to take in. But
It's all psychedelic looking, but I can see a half a mind when I see a half a mind. And that's one I haven't collected. Sadly, I gotta go back that way again now. Look at that figment count. This is a very big level. A very big level. This is only one part of it. How do we get up from here now? Oh, this way. I just dig the vibes of this level. And I don't mean that ironically.
Yep.
Okay, let's go solve the puzzle now. Can't have too much good music. Or can you?
There we go.
By the way, this bridge is weird.
But our minds.
It's easier to fall off that thing than you think.
It's all so beautiful. But it's too much. Too many colors.
Oh no.
Don't panic.
Ah, you said panic.
No, you're just quoting Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Darn it! Well, we have the time slow power now. Which means they are child's play. This is how you handle a true panic attack.
My fight or flight response is triggering. I say flight. Flight!
No, I'll fight. I'll do the fighting for you.
Stay calm, man. Stay calm.
Chain Brain is very effective against these guys.
I feel like I'm about to go on stage.
You know what? I should combine fire with this, but I'm dealing with this pretty easily.
You're handling this so much better than I would be.
Yeah, I got weapons.
Oh, thank you. I don't know what got into me.
That's how you handle a panic attack. You beat the crap out of it. Just show it who's
I
boss.
think I hear something.
Baggage. And I think you have to come back later for this one, because the tag is in a different level. Like a different level of this level. There's many levels.
Once we
Whoa,
get these
dude, there's many
lightsabers hooked
levels.
up, the stage show is going to be incredible.
Of course, we spoke over each other. So my gig wasn't as effective. How do we get down there now? I guess I could just bounce on it. Oh, okay, never mind. If you hit the B button, you can drop onto the rope.
I don't like the look of that thing.
It's a platform. It's just spinning way too fast. Leaving broken hearts wherever I go. You can't stop time. Oh, really? I can slow it down at least. Can't tell me what to do. That looks burnable. It's psychedelic, and it might be a collector's item, but it's a brain piece, and it's in my way. It's the hat box.
Here's the hat box tag.
Unfortunately, we found the duffel bag. I think it's the duffel bag. That's not the right tag then. This is such a fun power for using to get around.
I love the shading and the perspective. Am I using these terms correctly? It's been a while.
I mean, he's right. There is shading. There is perspective. Pretty interesting perspective. You know what? I should get a good shot at this. I could use a camera inside somebody's brain. How do I zoom in? Okay, there we go. I want to find myself like a nice screenshot. You know what? This will convey it nicely. How do I get rid of the HUD again? Toggle UI. There we go. Nice. I don't need to take a picture of that, man. I took a picture of it in my brain.
I think you like that a little too much, if you ask me.
They might be into
Don't
that.
tell Vision I said this, but eyeballs are kind of gross. If you look at them closely. I already feel horrible for saying that.
Well, you're right, though. Eyes are weird. And you know what? Every single animal has, like, the same kind of eyes. They just work differently. How the heck did that work out? We all got the same kind of eye.
Oh, I know this one. This is a blender, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right. You're very smart for a ball of light. We can't do anything with duffel bag.
Good old Vision. He always had such a good eye for, visuals.
It's literally his job. You better be good at it.
Well, this is a strange way to use a blender.
That's not where that goes.
Is this how you use a blender?
Oh, you're right. It's a lamp. A lamp for making drinks.
You know, you heard of light beer, right?
What's that sound?
That's just a crying bag, Raz.
Frequencies in the same beam of light, rainbow bound and bonded.
Oh, think that statue's big enough? Ah, well, you need a big ego at the front of the band, am I right?
Well, ain't that the vocalist usually?
Are you copper bottoming them, Mike?
I don't like that. That one was an electrocution risk.
Now he's just repeating them. Yeah, we got a little bit more shining of light to do here.
My eyes feel so full, I think they might throw up. Is that possible? Is that what crying is?
Maybe? It could be. This guy has some interesting perspectives. Of course.
Doesn't anyone here just want to sit and talk? It's always
No.
now, and then kill.
That's literally their job. And they get paid good money for it. Plenty of figments. I think it's nepotism. Oh, I wanted to grab that. Into the stellar lake with you, Rez.
I remember now. This stuff is called ivy. I assume because of all the giant eyes.
I wonder who you figured out who the Psy King is yet. You know, the voice actor-wise. Very popular guy. You might have heard him somewhere.
Okay, I know this looks like a blender, but do not pour any drinks in it.
Why, have you already tried that? Can I shine this in your eye again?
Yes, very bright. Unlike you.
Ah, now you're just recycling dialogue.
That's it. The path is clear to the object we desire. What was that again? Something to do with mixed drinks?
Anything back this way? I don't see anything back that way. I think there's only one baggage in this part of the level. But we got so much more.
Boy, we've been around back to the beginning.
Oddly convenient for you to say that. Because we're reaching the end of the video. I'm just going to get this violin.
Oh, right, it's a violin. That's what we wanted. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, I'm just looking for any figments inside her eyes. Any nuggets? Eye nuggets. That's usually what you get in the mornings. I have the power! You got the master violin.
Well, it's better, but to handle a crowd that size, we need the whole band, man. We need Tasty, Sniffles, Dr. Touch.
And Audie.
Yeah, audio. You'll remember him, man.
Where are they all now?
Oh, they wandered off when the audience left. Could be anywhere. This festival covers so many acres.
Hey!
Oh!
Didn't we used to have a cool band van?
Fieldmobile!
Okay. Okay, you win.
I'll bet they're still at the festival somewhere.
No, we're gonna have to hold on to that for next time. We're gonna have to get the band back together. Good night, folks.